So I want to quickly show you how to install Tidal Tools from Tidal Migrations on Linux as well as on Windows 11. For Linux, I'm going to use WSL or Windows Subsystem for Linux, but the same procedure works whether you're doing it on Debian, Ubuntu, Arch. I use Arch, by the way. And the Windows 11 variant, it's nice to have it in PowerShell for people who like to use PowerShell, so we make sure it's available. I'm going to jump right in. So here I am on my Windows 11 desktop. I have on the left hand side our Tidal Tools page, which is get.tidal.sh, and if you scroll down here you'll see we've got pretty simple instructions for Linux and Mac OS. You can just grab this command and paste it into a terminal. On the right hand side I have WSL. It's just my stock standard Debian, I think this is, and I also have PowerShell here on the right. So let's do the Linux one first. I'm just going to paste that in. Hit enter. This is also the same steps you'll use to upgrade Tidal Tools if you want. And as you can see, it only takes a second and then it's installed. I can verify the version I've got with Tidal version. And it doesn't say I need to update, so there we go. 3.4.10 is the latest version. For Windows, I'm going to keep scrolling down. You can see we've got some offline installers, so 32-bit and 64. I'm going to go with Windows 64 on this new machine. You'll also notice we've got ARM support on Mac OS, which is really nice for those new M1 laptops. So let's grab that Windows installer. You can see I've downloaded a previous version. Actually, I'm just going to skip forward and use that now. So the way the installer works is just the next standard Windows installation process. Because I've already got it installed, I'm going to choose the repair option and then hit repair. And you need to approve the unknown publisher, that's us, and here we go, yes, and it runs through its process and it's done. Now after you've installed Tidal Tools, you need to relaunch PowerShell. So in my Windows terminal, I'm going to go in here and go PowerShell, and here I am, and now I can run Tidal version, and I've got the latest version. The other command I want to show you is called Tidal Doctor. Let me blank my screen. So Tidal Doctor is what I use to make sure I've got some prerequisites installed. So it checks I've got the latest version. It also checks that I can communicate with the Tidal API and I'm logged in. And I've got Docker running. I use Docker for doing my source code and database analysis. So if you need to do that as well, as you do in our workshop, you're going to want to have Docker installed on your system too. For that, just grab Docker Desktop for Windows. You can Google Docker Desktop for Windows, and it's a really easy installation with Docker now. Just one click next and a reboot. That's pretty key. And then once you reboot, it'll be installed. I'm not going to check test vSphere today, and I'm not going to use DNS tools either, so I'm going to leave those blank. Now, if you don't get the ticks on the API config, it's because you haven't run Tidal login yet. So go ahead and run Tidal login, and it's going to ask you for your instance. So mine is david.tidalng.com, my email, and then my password. I'd already typed it, and so now it says I'm logged in fine. So you just need to go through those steps. So I hope that was pretty quick for you to go through as well. That was Windows and Linux. Again, it works on any of the Linux distributions such as Debian, Ubuntu, Arch Linux, Manjaro, Red Hat, and also works in the same way on the AMIs published on Amazon, the Linux virtual machines on Azure, as well as the Google Compute Engine that we ship through all those marketplaces. It's the Linux VM under the hood running that installer.